day 20 of Vlogmas 2023. And one of the things that has been happening with me is a reconstruction of my inner workings, my inners, more so my mental inners and my inner vision, I guess I could say. I didn't realize the significance of some of the intangibles that Mom had been breadcrumbing to me all throughout I would say from high school, throughout the rest of my life. And to be honest, I believe it's in the realm of the metaphysical, and I'm not trying to be weird or anything like that, but I believe that every time that I sought God with regard to truth and the essence of, like, bottom line, secrets in life, or things that seemed that they were in obscurity but they were in plain sight, I always came to that area of life, the metaphysical. That's just the best way I could describe it. That's the Emmett Fox, that's the Eric Fromm, that's the Eric Butterworth. I don't know if it's Eric Fromm, but Eric Butterworth, that's the unity of all life. That type of, I'm not saying I don't know the teachings behind that, but there is a level of life beyond, in the supernatural. And a lot of the people who were around in New York at the Crystal, not at the Crystal, but at different places where they taught, these were considered to be thought leaders, the Reverend Ikes of our day, or the Norman Vincent Peales of our day. People like that. When I listen to the person I'm listening to now is a woman named Florence Scovel Shinn. And what I've been listening to is her The Game of Life and How to Play It, a book about intuition, about words being like a magic wand. Bottom line is it's, to me, it sounds a lot like the teaching I received when I was under Dr. Price. It's biblical scriptures. She uses different wording, I think, to make it more appealing to her audience. And instead of being so rigid as far as being a stickler to certain words that would probably cause people to be dissuaded from listening. But the principles, the spiritual laws, the different teachings that have been emphasized, to me, is none other than Christianity. It's Christianity. Well, let me put it this way. There hasn't been a whole lot of uplifting of Jesus per se, as far as specifically naming Jesus, although he is made mention of from time to time. But they quote him. They use Bible verses and scriptures to substantiate usage of words and the importance of saying things repetitively to recondition your mind. And to be quite frank, this is something I've been doing. I've been doing this long and strong, at least since the 80s, even more so now. I've seen the effects of it. There are aspects of it as far as like I said, the inner vision, the different imprints mentally, emotionally, with my imagination that I put on my consciousness and subconsciousness. And I'm deliberately imprinting and working on specifics with regard to those instead of letting it just run on its own without monitoring. So really, I'm monitoring the activity of my internal being more so. The mental, my emotions, my feelings, my thoughts, my imaginings, what I'm saying, and putting it all together, because in order for me to live my best life and make the best of my days, the rest of my days, the best of my days, then that's something that I have to have full force, have a good grasp on, and in essence, not let up not one iota. And that's really something that when I get like this, it becomes permanent because I do it so frequently and with such great, like, it's total immersion for me. I'm totally immersed in this at this point. And there's an 8-hour prosperity loop that someone has put out that I listen to that has to do with certain mantras, quotes, affirmations that she calls them treatments that are rendered that have to do with the reprogramming of my mind. In a lot of instances, people are taught how to struggle, how to live in a harsh way, whereas there's an easier and a better way. And I'm not saying that there's not effort that's necessary to be exerted. There's not work to be done. There's not different things that need to be worked through. What I'm saying is, with God, there's a particular way in which it can be done with maximum impact and effect, and the effort that's necessary is not as intense. And basically, what I'm just trying to do, like I said, I'm just trying to do my best and be my best and just be me, because that's what I'm going to be. If I don't be me, who's going to be me? So I'm going to be me. That's what Mom used to always say. If you don't be you, Jeannie, who's going to be you? So she always gave me the freedom to be me. And I love that. And I'm embracing that. And I'm operating in the fullness of it. And what I'm doing more so now is tapping into the infinite wisdom, the wisdom of God, the mind of God, the mind of Christ, and the ability, the energy of Christ, and the things that are at my disposal because of my union, my vital union, my relationship with God through Jesus Christ. And I am going to be still. I'm going to be silent. I'm going to listen and act accordingly. I've been derelict in that department in a big way. I've consumed what other people fed me instead of sifting through and making the determination of what I wanted to consume on my own. So that's what I'm in the midst of. I think that that's what will be a big bulk of the products that I create for the audiences and the people that I serve. And that would be to create content, positive content that will enable people to live and be their best, and to say things that will line them up with the best possible life that they could have. And I say this on day 20, Vlogmas 2023, Evergreen Gene on the scene. And I'm out. You see a little bit of the Airbnb where I am. I'm still in Philly. And I think the next thing that I'll do is I need to really hone in on my next steps, where I'm going to land, how I'm going to land. I need to be established. I need to be firmly established, and I need to have a good cash flow. I've done a lot of giving over the last month and change, and I enjoy giving and I want to continue. And I know since I've given, that puts me in a wonderful position to receive. I was thinking about other times when I haven't given as much and have received so much. So I've been given much. Much is required of me. So I